What's happening YouTube and what's happening Michael B? Back in the day gamer here, coming at you with another video response to Michael B the Game Genie's Top 3 Tuesday. Now I missed the past 2 weeks because 2 weeks ago was Top 3 arcade games that never got a good port and Back in the Day Gamer doesn't emulate. So I had no way to give you game footage. So instead of making a boring video with no game footage, I just watch everybody else's videos and comment it. There was some good ones. If you haven't seen them, go back and check them out. And last week's was top 3 Mega Man games. And that could be a touchy subject because some people are seriously into Mega Man. I'm a fan, but to be honest, I only have 4 Mega Man games. And hands down, my favorite is Mega Man 2. And I know that isn't what the hardcore Mega Man fans want to hear. So I just, once again, stayed out of it, watched the videos, and commented. But I have to get in on this week's. But that being said, I also do not have any game footage of these Atari games because I don't know how to capture it. And I asked Michael B. I begged and pleaded with him, but he won't tell me how he did it. I'm just kidding. I left him a comment and he told me it was kind of complicated, but he plans on maybe making a video to show everyone. So everybody should fill up his comment section with how bad they want to know how to capture Atari gameplay footage. But moving on to this week's Top 3 Tuesday, it is Top 3 Atari 2600 games. And just like Michael B said, these are not the top 3 Atari 2600 games of all times. It's my top 3 games. And once you see what those games are, you'll realize that they are definitely not the best games of all time. They are just my favorite. So, to get started, first we got this big mountain of games over here. These are just a pile of Atari games that I got in the past month. I have been picking up new games, and I got all of these, and I haven't played any of those yet. At least not in this century. So we're going to get to that soon. But, in case you didn't notice, this magnificent beast right here, this is my original Atari 2600 in all its glory. This fancy, fancy console case that is in near pristine condition for being 40 years old. It's just got one little crack here. Aside from all that dust, I haven't busted this out for a while. And I'm glad he did this video because I'm excited to get into it. So opening up this treasure box of nostalgia, we got all those games right there. Yes, there are more games than this in my collection, but for some reason these are the ones I chose to put in the console case. So, we're going to get started. My number 3 favorite Atari 2600 game is Pitfall. Everybody has Pitfall. Everybody knows about Pitfall. Well, this was a game that I just love playing. You know, always tried to make it through that 20-minute timer. Honestly, I don't think I ever did. If I did, it was by cheating and half-assing it. I don't know what happens when you run out of time. Is there an end to the game? I don't honestly know. Now, my number 2 favorite game, the one I probably played more than anything, is unfortunately not in this case. I am very upset about that because I never lose anything, but it's not here. I hope it's in the mountain of games over there in the closet. I can't imagine why it's not in here, but that game is Bowling on the Atari 2600. Probably one of the most boring games anyone is going to put in their top 3 on these lists, but I loved bowling. Now, back in the day, everybody bowled. Bowling was super popular. I love bowling. Parents bowled. Everybody went bowling. But nowadays, people just don't bowl anymore. That doesn't have anything to do with why I liked the game. I just thought it was fun, and I played it all the time. Moving on to my number 1 favorite game on the Atari is a game that I used to play with my grandma. Now, maybe some of you younger generation game players out there play video games with your grandparents, but no one my age played games with their grandparents. No way. No way. But my grandma they had an Atari. It was my uncle's. I always remember he had won a Space Invaders contest at the local mall, and I always thought he was like a superhero because he won a video game contest. And I imagined it being like the Wizard, but a couple years ago he just told me it was just a sign up, go play this contest at the Lion store, Elder Beerman's department store. I was kind of crushed a little bit by that. But anyhow, so my grandma had the Atari at her house because it was my uncle's. She played many games. Remember Frogger, Riddle of Sphinx, which is in that pile that I just bought a couple of months ago. But the game that she played all the time, and is hands down my favorite Atari 2600 game to play, is Demon Attack. And this right here is the same cartridge that I've had for, what's the date on this? Since 1982. Well, I didn't have it in 1982 because I was only 4, but I've had this for a long, long time. So there you go. There's my top 3 Atari 2600 games. Pitfall, Bowling, and Demon Attack. So, one more thing I want to add in this video. Next weekend in Milwaukee is the Midwest Gaming Classic, and Back in the Day Gamer is going to his first video game convention. I'm going to be there. I've got some cool shirts with my new logo on them. If anyone watching this, if anyone is watching this, sees me, come say hi. I'll have my Back in the Day Gamer shirt on under my snazzy Pac-Man suit. Come say hi, and I will buy you an Atari 2600 game. I promise you that. It might not be a super expensive one, but I will buy you one, and it will be more than 99 cents, unless one you want costs 99 cents. So if you're going to the Midwest Gaming Classic, flag me down, and I promise I'll buy you a video game. So until next time, if I don't see you in Milwaukee, keep it retro!